Tonight we are continuing our influencer series with a Madison area man who gained quite the following after showing some love to a lesser known former Bucks player.
CBS 58's Emily Fannin has his story.
From the moment you meet Drake Deno, it's easy to tell he's an avid Bucks fan. Sports have always been a big part of his life, and his passion only grew after watching the Bucks draft Giannis Antetokounmpo in 2013.
It was a great time to kind of really get into the sport, turning from more of a casual fan into more of a, watch every game kind of fan.
While attending UW Whitewater, Deno often saw Bucks games from his dorm room. And one day while scrolling on Twitter, now known as X, he had an idea to join in on the fun.
People on Twitter would always have these accounts that were focused on LeBron or focused on Giannis or focused on the stars of the NBA, which I think is awesome. I thought it would be funny to highlight a player that maybe didn't get the same amount of love. So I looked at who was on the Bucks roster, and I looked who I was a fan of, and Tony Snell stood out because he was always seen as kind of this quiet guy who just kept to himself.
That's when Tony Snell, who played 3 seasons with the Bucks, became the focus of Deno's social media account, now called Snell Season. What was that viral moment that made you kind of a big deal?
The big thing was, I think it was Valentine's Day of either 19 or 20 or 21, somewhere around there. I tweeted out a Valentine's Day card with Tony Snell's face on it, and it was like roses are red, violets are blue, and I rhymed something with Snell.
After Deno posted this Valentine's Day meme, one retweet turned into thousands. It even caught the attention of Snell's agent.
His business manager saw it, and he DMs me, and he said, "Hey, I showed this to Tony and his wife, Ashley, and they thought it was hilarious. Would you ever want to meet at some point?"
In 2021, they met in Milwaukee during a playoff series when Snell was with the Atlanta Hawks. About a month before, the Bucks went on to win their first NBA title in 50 years. Deno says it was an unbelievable experience, one that not only boosted his social media following, but also launched him into other career opportunities.
I didn't expect any of this. I was just a 20-something. At the time, I was like a 19-year-old college kid that just wanted to tweet about basketball, and now it's turned into being an ambassador for the team and for the Brewers.
Deno's now 39,000 followers on X helped him land jobs as a Bucks and Brewers social ambassador.
Let's go!
It's allowed him to use his social media presence to show off the game day experience to sports fans around the world and to pick up some cool swag along the way.
Now I have this experience of going to games and being able to go down to the court and see what that's like. I still haven't fully kind of wrapped my head around things.
When he's not live tweeting games, Deno spends most of his day here at the Verona Senior Center working as a case manager. While it's not a sports-related job, it's one that allows him to take breaks from social media as technology and the desire for content continue to transform the digital world. What would you do with your day if you didn't have to be by your phone for 24 hours?
I would probably, I would get a lot done probably. I think the one downside is it can kind of get addicting is watching games and tweeting about it, and I kind of have to, remind myself if I miss a game, it's not going to be the end of the world.
As for what's next for Deno, he says stay tuned. But for now, he's enjoying the highs and lows of being an avid Bucks fan. In Middleton, Emily Fannin, CBS 58 News.
How about that?
You just never know what that one thing is that's going to take off.
No doubt about it.
Like he tweeted out that Valentine's card, probably not thinking much of it, and launched this whole thing.
I was surprised he didn't remember that thing word for word, syllable for syllable, right?
I expected a direct quote, but he's gone on to do so many other things. He's
got a lot to remember.
Doesn't even remember.
Congrats to him. Continued success for sure. And next week, CBS 58's Taj Mahal sits down with Amy Kiefer and Crystal Howell. The sisters have become onto a go-to, kind of, if you will, a go-to source for moms and moms-to-be. That'll be next Wednesday right here on the CBS 58 News at 10.